Hey skiers, it's Bob, skiessentials.com. Welcome to our 2024 ski test. We got an Elan Wingman 86 Ti for you today. This ski gets a new graphic update, but returns the same structurally. Just that great wider bodied front side ski, kind of flirts the line between front side and all mountain. It has more of that front side build and shape, but just a wider footprint. So anytime you're looking at a ski in the mid to upper 80s, you're thinking that it has some of that all mountain versatility to it. It certainly does, although the overall shape just kind of leans more to that front side aspect. Kind of putting this thing a little bit more in that on-piste category, which is fine. That wider footprint allows skiers to just have a better balance point. Anytime you're on something super narrow, it just can feel like more of like a hockey skate that's a little bit more difficult to manage. Having this wider body under here goes a long way in helping people kind of feel more comfortable on their skis. And then with what Elan does with the construction, that kind of takes it to the next level in terms of performance. But this 86 Ti is definitely aimed more at that progressing intermediate, moving into the advanced category that spends most of their time on trail, but just wants something a little bit wider bodied for softer snow. End of the day, snow gets cut up, pretty cruddy and chunky. Having something like this on your foot goes a long way in increasing kind of the confidence and poise of the ski underfoot. Because it's the Ti, not the CTI version, we do get their laminated wood core in here, so a little bit more fiberglass, a little bit more density, and that does make it just a little bit more accessible because it doesn't have the stiffness of the carbon rods that the 86 CTI has. So a little bit more manageable, still pretty stiff. There's nothing that says that this is just an easygoing beginner ski. There is some stiffness to it. And we get single metal underfoot here, and then we also get their Amphibio TrueLine technology. So these skis are asymmetric, they're built right and left specific. This allows Elan to be more creative with their construction and shaping properties. From a build perspective, what they're doing is they're putting more material over the inside edge. This is the right ski. So your inside or downhill edge has an extra layer of material in there, and that gives you better edge grip and just more dampness and stability when you're in that carved turn on that downhill ski. The uphill ski does not have that extra the uphill edge, does not have that extra material. So it allows for a little bit more flex and just more playfulness in that ski. I feel like it just makes these things feel like a cohesive unit when you look at how the material is shaped. Puts a lot more effort onto that mid portion of the ski, allowing these skis to turn independently but together, so that outside edge drifts along nicely. It's still plenty of performance there. It's just a lot smoother and more cohesive. So pretty cool stuff from Elan, kind of thinking outside the box and making these skis just a little bit more in tune with how we ski, which is asymmetrically. And then that carries through into rocker profile as well. So on that right ski, aligning with the extra material, we also get longer camber with more rocker on the outside edge. So not only is the ski beefier, in that along the sides there, but it's also profiled that way. Not a whole lot of taper going on here. Certainly this is where that front side shape starts to enter the forefront of the discussion. No taper, so this thing has a long effective edge tip to tail, very smooth, nice camber underfoot, and then minimal taper in the tail as well. Very flat, squared off, just a little bit of that early taper back here to just make it a little bit more accessible. Lines up well with the slight amount of rocker back there. But for all intents and purposes, the majority of this ski is cambered, and that's how it's designed and meant to be. 16.5 meter turn radius here in this 178. So pretty crisp, pretty sharp. Does like to be on edge and in a carved turn. If you try to break free and make shorter skidded turns, you'll be able to do it, especially on the Ti versus the CTI. This thing just has a little bit more flex to it, but you're still going to be able to get that nice short crisp carved turn, whether you're kind of jamming on it and skidding the end of it, or nice across the fall line, pure and clean carves. This thing does it all. Also just has that extra little bit of width for anytime the snow gets a little bit soft or more challenging. So make sure you check out this Elan Wingman 86 Ti here at skiessentials.com, and we will see you out there on the hill. Bye.